It's time for Key Collectors, Keys of the Week. I'm going to be looking at all the different keys, and I'm going to pick the top 5 that I think would be cool to pick up this week, whether it be cover value, story value, or spec value. So without further ado, let's take a look. So number 5 this week, we have Power Girl number 6, and this is the 1 in 25 variant cover. Now this is a great variant cover. It's already trending to like $40 already. So 1 in 25s, sometimes they don't go that much, sometimes they do, but Power Girl covers usually, if you see them, it's worth picking up, and this is a great cover. So this one would be a cover buy, not just for the story, but you would pick this up for the cover. And it is a great, beautiful cover. It is a really good Power Girl cover. And I feel like if you have a chance to nab this at like, less than $40, I would say pick it up. And it's a cool cover to add to your collection. Dan Panosian, I think that's how you say it, is also the variant cover. Number 4, we have Thrawn Alliance's number 2, and this is the 1 in 25 variant cover. This one's cool to pick up if you're a Star Wars fan, and usually the Star Wars, even if you're not, the Star Wars covers, variant covers can kind of contend a premium, and this one is trending for like $35 plus, and it is a pretty cool cover with Anakin in the front and Thrawn in the back. So this one, and also it is an interesting, cool story. I've read issue number 2. Issue number 1 was pretty good. The story of this is also pretty good. I've read issue number 1 and number 2. It's a pretty good story. It takes place with Thrawn, with a flashback with Anakin, and also present day with Darth Vader. So it's a good story buy, plus it's a cool cover, so it's worth checking out. Third on our list today is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 17, and this has a first appearance of Zipstar. Now, I did read this issue. Zipstar is in it for like, he's the beginning bad guy in the fight. He's in it for like maybe 1 page or so, and I don't think there's really spec value going there. But Miles Morales Spider-Man has been pretty good, so it's worth picking up for the story. And the next issue is issue number 300, so that one's definitely worth picking up. So considering that we're on the road to 300, it's kind of cool to pick up this issue, and it's right after the gang war, so they're getting back on track. So I would pick this one up for the story. And Miles Morales Spider-Man is levels above Amazing Spider-Man, which Amazing Spider-Man has not been good at all, and Miles Morales Spider-Man is a good alternative. So I would, suggest if you're not a fan of Amazing Spider-Man, at least picking up Miles, because it's been decent. Number 2 on our list is The Savaging Sword of Conan number 1. Now this is a giant 80-page magazine-style comic. It's supposed to be like what they did in the 70s, where they released Savaging Sword of Conan and other titles where it would be magazine-style, black and white with like stories, print-ups, and also a comic inside. So it's kind of cool. Gotham City Comics has this as the pick of the week, and I think it's one of the better ones to pick up this week. It was a light comic week, and it's definitely number 1, so even if you want to read all the other ones, it's kind of interesting, worth checking out. I'm not the biggest Conan fan, but I think a magazine style like this, black and white, reminds you of the back in the 70s and stuff, is pretty cool to check out. So that alone makes it worthwhile to check this one out, and plus it's an awesome cover. That's a cool cover. And it might be spec value because it is a number 1, and not a lot of people are going to be carrying this giant-sized, oversized issues, and not a lot of people pick them up. So you have that going for you as well. But number 1 on our list is Avengers Twilight number 3. Now this does have a first appearance. It has the first appearance of Tony Stark's son, James, in Iron Man armor. Now, this series has been pretty good. I would say, besides Ultimate Spider-Man, this is the best that Marvel is releasing right now. Issue 1 and 2 are very good. I had read issue 3, and believe it or not, I think issue 3 is the best out of the 3. Issue 3 was phenomenal. Great, fantastic read. Because you get the great story. So, you have that going for you. 2, you have the great art inside. The art has been, Daniel Aquino's art has been fantastic. And you get the great covers by Alex Ross. So, it's 3 out of 3. Fantastic. So this is definitely the pick of the week for me. And this is more, you can spec on this because issue number 1 has gone for a little bit premium, but I don't think issue number 3 is worthy, even James Stark in his armor, unless we see James Stark show up in the MCU with his armor. So you can spec on this a little bit, but I would get this for the story. Definitely read this for the story. It's kind of like an Avengers Dark Knight Returns with an older Captain America. It's great. And even if you're on the fence because Chip Zdarsky's Batman run is not the greatest right now, he shines in the Avengers one. The Avengers one is absolutely fantastic. So that is my pick of the week, and if you're going to pick up any one of them this week, I would go with Avengers Twilight. So those were the keys this week. There's a couple things here that came out. What If Venom and the John Says Fantastic Four, but I think out of the ones I picked, they're the best ones. So I will see you next time, and we'll see which one comes up as the number one key of the week next week. Bye.